Okay, it is almost a year plus a couple days from the last time my buddy Chris was back in the good old US of A in Ohio. We're on his dad's farm again, same spot as last year. We killed that 10-pointer. If you want to check that video out, link is up in the corner here. But this is probably my highest anticipation hunt of the entire year. We've been looking forward to this for ever since last year, really.
Basically.
A couple things. We got a major front coming in. It's here now. And yeah, in the same spot. The main difference here is the food plot is not like it was last year. We, had that drought, and Chris's dad just didn't get the rain to work with it. So it's a lot of weeds and thistles, but we do have some corn here. Ohio is a bait state, so
Here
we are. Yeah, we'll do what we need to do. He's literally got 1 or 2 days that he can hunt.
Literally tonight. Yep.
Yeah. But so, anyways, no really recent intel, which is different than last year. We had camera issues all year, and we got some pictures of some bucks this summer. More just kind of management bucks, some mature deer, but there is. If you remember from last year, there was that 9-pointer that was with the buck that Chris killed, and
Cut to that.
yeah,
There you go. There it is.
and he is alive. We haven't got pictures of him yet because, like I said, the camera's been having issues. But he was in here quite a bit last year, and people have seen him down in the bottom field. So we got our fingers crossed that he shows up this evening. But I'm excited.
So unfortunately, after recording that clip, I did not realize, but there was a technical problem and I was not recording audio, and that was the case for 2 days. So basically, I'm just going to show you, some of the footage from that night. It ended up being a pretty slow evening. We saw, I believe 4 bucks or 3 bucks and a doe, and they were just sort of running each other around. Ended up, as we were getting out, 2 bucks were fighting down below us. We ended up busting them out, having to get out, unfortunately, but still a fun hunt. I look forward to that every year, hunting with Chris, and he's taught me a lot from his experiences, and we love hunting together. So it was a lot of fun being able to spend some time in the blind with my buddy Chris. He'll be coming back for good to the U.S. here in December, so going forward we'll be able to hunt a lot more next year, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. So that was Monday night. Tuesday night, I ended up heading down to my personal property and hunting that. It's a pretty small piece, and the reason I decided to hunt that, I was after an old deer that I've got some history with. He's just an ancient buck. He's just an 8-pointer, pretty low scoring, but he was there last year on the 14th in daylight. On a similar front to what we were having this past week. And, I haven't had pictures of him yet this year, but I do believe he is alive. I think I seen him this summer off of the road a little bit, and just in there on a hunch. Ended up being a pretty slow night as well. I saw several small bucks, a doe, and then at last light saw a decent mature buck, which is Shorty. I believe he's a 4-year-old. So it was cool to see, some a little bit older deer getting up on their feet, getting moving and stuff. Frankly, this year has been pretty slow for myself as far as some of the sits that I've had. A lot of, young deer and does. It was really good to see a decent buck. And so then I did a little bit of scouting Wednesday evening. Decided just to do some driving on the roads, just to see if I could find one of the deer that I've been looking for. On some of these cut ag fields around me. Had no success with that, mainly just saw does. But then Thursday night, I decided to get back in that blind. Had intentions of just shooting a doe, but decided last minute I was gonna go and talk to some of the neighbors and see if I can get permission around that property. There's a deer there that I had pretty consistently last year that I was looking for, and just hasn't shown up. I maybe got one picture this summer, a little bit unsure. It was so early in the growth stage, I wasn't sure if it was him or not. And then nothing. and was knocking on doors, you know, realizing every little parcel around here is getting hunted. But then one of the landowners that said he just moved in the area told me he's seen a really big 6x6 down the road a little bit. And, you know, there's just not a lot of clean 6x6s around, so I do believe that is the deer I'm after. So it's good to know he's alive, but it sounds like he might be 2.5 miles down the road on the other side of an interstate, which is unfortunate, but nonetheless, you know, it's good to know that he's potentially alive. And so, you know, we're going to be kind of sitting back and just sort of wait to see if that deer shifts into the rut. There's a lot of does on this property, so I'm really hoping that's the case. But the remaining of that sit, I did have audio, thankfully, and so enjoy the rest of the video. Well, it must be the mustache, because we got some luck finally turning a little bit our way. Checked a few farms out, did not get permission on them, but I got a lead on where the deer I'm chasing might be, or one of the bucks I'm trying to find. Just wasn't convinced he was dead. Would kind of blow my mind if this is accurate of where he's at. Could be, never know. The only thing that seems weird to me is I had him last year in velvet, but he said a clean 6x6, which you don't hear of that a whole lot. You know, you don't see a lot of those, and that's what he would be this year, is a clean 6x6. He said it was a slammer, which I'm not surprised. So I don't know. I might be hard pressed to get permission on here, but it'd be pretty sweet. We're gonna try. Well, we're going in. We're gonna try and smack a doe tonight. Going in light, going in a sweatshirt and jeans, and got my tripod, and that's it. So honestly, a decent chance there's deer already in the plot. There's quite a few deer on the drive over here, so we shall see, but ready to kill something. So there's a lot of does in this place, so wouldn't hurt at all to get a couple shots. So well, we got our first deer in the plot. This summer we had a pretty bad drought on this piece, and this food plot was just beautiful clover, and it just got toasted to nothing. I mean, it was just down to the bare dirt. So I tried saving it with clover, and that failed as well. And then finally I came in for that hurricane and broadcasted a bunch of rye in here, which took off, and that kind of got things going again and got the deer using the plot more. And then just this evening I'm kind of noticing again that clover's really coming in nice and thick again finally. So it's good to see that the base is clover once again. We got rye in it, so should work out pretty good for, you know, the entire fall into winter as far as desirability. And that's really nice with rye, that you can come in and kind of, even if you've got a pretty decent clover plot, just kind of top dress it, fill in any holes, and if you've got some dirt in there, you know, that the rye is going to perform a little bit better late season. So it's kind of a nice additional step for some of these secluded little plots to have a little bit more drawing power year round. But I'm hoping that doe steps out here soon. We got that little buck out here, but I'd really like to see some does